We're
Got
live.
it. All right, Carol. I'm Wild Joe. This is Dive Bar Comedy, our virtual live streaming edition, which we've been doing only once a month now because we're doing so many live shows in LA. So yeah, we've got 4 bars in rotation. We've got first Tuesdays of the month at Berkshire House. That's like by the Grove area of LA. Then we have third Tuesday at Lotus Lounge. That's east of Hollywood, or what you might call East Hollywood, even though that's not really a place.
Yeah.
And then the last Tuesday of every month, we're at Liquid Zoo. That's on Sepulveda in Van Nuys, next to the Chevron. And then we're also at Witch's Brew in North Hills, the first Friday of every month. So if you are in the LA area, that's our rotation, and come see a show because it's like so much fun in real life that, you know, I can't believe this used to be all we had was Zoom. And this was like our big excitement of the week. Now it's like the easy day because now we're used to doing all the live shows. But this used to be like the big event of the week was just like putting on makeup for Zoom. Carol.
Yep, that's true.
How's it going, Carol? How are your shows going?
I got shows in different area codes. I got a big show next Wednesday, March 16th at the Berkshire House, as a matter of fact. It's going to be ladies' night, all ladies, all the time. We got Carmelita Jones, we got Ramona Stevens, we got Robbie Milan, and a whole bunch of other funny ladies. So come out. It's going to be on fire, you guys. It's going to be fire.
Yeah,
yeah.
Milan's got a whole lot of body.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be a good time, you guys. I promise. So come through for that. I'm out of town this weekend, actually. So I'll be back on Sunday, and then it'll be on fire on Wednesday, and then going after that. So yeah, come for that. That's all my announcements. Back to you.
Okay, what about the theme song? We forgot to do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This is by the late and great GT. It's called Dive Bar Comedy. It's about that feeling of wanting to go out and do comedy in a dive bar.
Oh. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Woo!
That's our theme song, and it pretty much sums it up. We also are filming and clipping together a little sizzle reel to try to make the Dive Bar Comedy Show a TV show. We could go to all the bars, the dive bars around the US, and do comedy there. Kind of like the Anthony Bourdain of dive bar comedians. So, all right, let's see who we've got tonight. Starting first, Nick Kaminsky. What's going on, Nick?
Hi, Wild Joe. Not a lot. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen you in shows pre-pandemic,
Yep.
and then have I seen you in any shows post-pandemic? What's going on?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen you at a couple Zoom shows, which thank you. They're super fun. No, I keep getting a bunch of old man injuries that keep prohibiting me from going and doing as much in-person comedy as I'd like. But yeah, I mean, you know, all 33-year-olds have a total hip replacement, right? Like by the time you're 33, that's normal, right? Everybody?
No.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no, what's wrong with me? No, I'm joking. I know it's not normal, but it is true. I did have a hip surgery replacement.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun. Not fun.
Well, one good thing about people staying home is it's a good time to recover from surgeries and stuff like
Yep.
that. A lot
Yeah.
of people had plastic surgery. Well, if they could, because doctors weren't even doing elective surgeries. So
Oh, I found a doctor in Mexico who still would, and I gotta tell you, my calves look amazing. No, that's not true. They still look bad.
all right, Nick. So you're staying home, staying safe,
Yes.
and
And I just moved. I moved to K-Town. For anybody who's in the LA area, you know where that is. It's good. It's great. Koreatown's awesome. It's central. There's lots of delicious food. And now I'm not the only person just littering little airplane bottles of brandy in my neighborhood anymore. You know, like now everybody's doing it. I feel so seen. It's really good. Mista See fucking gets it. You get it so hard.
I live in Koreatown, Pico and Hoover, baby.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I'm third in Hobart.
Oh, so you live in the nice part. I live in the dirty part.
I live in the nice. That is true. That is I live north of Pico, which I think is sort of like the yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
live
that's all
on
bullshit. It's
Pico.
all
Like I'm like the last hope. I'm like the Alamo of the of Koreatown. I'm on
Pee Wee
Pico,
Herman's
like,
busting down your door. That's so funny. No. The Pico and what did you say?
Pico and Hoover.
Oh hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, that is like right at the corner. That is yep. That is still K-Town though. If I was looking at a map, I would say that's
Very
K-Town.
last stop.
But it's not Westlake, and that's what matters.
wow.
I'm sorry, Mr. C and I could just talk LA map bullshit for probably the next 45 minutes, so I'm gonna shut up.
You guys have so much street cred now. All right.
I don't. I just have looked at Google Maps before. No.
All right,
Mr.
Nick.
C
Well,
does.
welcome back. And
Thanks. Appreciate
and
it.
it should be a fun show.
Yep.
Since you are in LA, you're probably gonna have to go last because all of these East Coasters have Betty bye times.
Hey, I'm already tired, so I understand. We got to let them
Yeah.
get out early, you know?
All right, let's see who we have. A lot of new people. Thanks to Carol Newell, who refreshed our roster with some suggestions recently. So let's get around and talk to these new faces. Kelly
Hey.
Z. Kelly, where are you located?
I'm in Toronto, Canada. Yeah.
Okay, so you're an East Coaster
I
of
know.
Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not like fully East Coast, but we're
No.
close enough.
Okay,
Kind of like right above Detroit. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
mhm.
how long have you been doing stand-up?
I've been doing stand up. I hit 6 years in January of this year.
Woo.
So, yeah. I started at the ripe young age of 37.
So you do
Maybe.
stand-up mainly around Toronto?
I do stand up here in Toronto, definitely. I head back home to Montreal a lot and perform at the Comedy Nest. I'm frequently in New York City. I was just there at Broadway Comedy Club. And yeah, I hope to go back to California this summer because I was there last summer and I got to do Carol's show in person, which was great.
Woohoo!
Oh, that's exciting.
Mhm.
Well, if
Yeah.
you are, definitely let us know because like I said, we're doing shows all the time.
Yeah.
So that would be great to see you.
I love
All
me a
right.
dive bar. So yeah.
Okay, let's see. Cindy Arena. What's going on?
Hi, yes, my name is Cindy Arena. I am from Rochester, New York. That is way upstate. Not too far from Toronto, though. They're about 3 hours away. Yep.
And then how long have you been doing stand-up?
I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 3.5 years. Started very late in life. I'm going to be 60, so, you know,
Woo.
all right. Yeah. Very late in life, but you know, I'm plugging along. I'm plugging along with a lot, surrounded by a lot of young people, you know. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I'm sure you have more stories to tell.
Oh, absolutely. So it's all about the life experience. So yeah, definitely.
Well,
But thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I started stand up on my 36th birthday was my first show. And so yeah, it's going to be I'm almost going to be 46. So it's going to be almost 10 years exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought last minute, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to do stand-up comedy. And I signed up for a upstate New York comedy contest right when I first started. And then realized there's a lot of people that have been doing comedy for 10 years or more that were in this. And I thought, oh my gosh, I really need to work hard because I just didn't want to look stupid. You know what I mean? I did not want to look stupid. And I ended up winning the whole thing. So it was
Amazing.
Awesome.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
you know, you never know what you can start at 57. You know, it's crazy.
That's great. All right. Well, I can't wait to hear your stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else we got? Juan Carlos.
Oh yeah, dope. That didn't work. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. Yes. So originally I'm from the Bronx, New York City, born and raised. But I've been living out in the Seattle area for the last couple of years. So shout out to the West Coast.
Woo woo.
I'm one of y'all now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Please don't ask me how many years I've been doing comedy. It's just too much addition and subtraction. You're not about to embarrass me on a live stream. But I'm open to any other question. What do you got for me?
How do you like Seattle?
Okay, so here's the thing about Seattle, right? I have strong feelings about it. Everyone says that this is a lovely city, and it is. It's beautiful, right? Lots of water, lots of trees. My real big problem is whenever I ask anyone, what's there to do up here? Everyone's like, oh, we go hiking. So I'm like, okay, you mean to tell me that this is a big city and what we do for fun is go walking? Like that's what we're doing. We're just all going to go on a walk all the time. We're just, all right. Yeah, so that's how I feel about Seattle. But what are you doing this week? I'm going on a walk.
There's a lot of rain, right? I heard Seattle is very rainy.
Yeah, the rain is overrated because what it is it just kind of like drizzle, kind of spits at you. You know what I mean? It's not real rain. It's not like, you know, I used to live in Florida for a minute, and like I feel like in Florida it actually rains. You know what I mean? Like at 3 o'clock, the skies just open up, and it's just like, you know, you're done. Your day is ruined. In Seattle, it just constantly spits at you, and it's just like, please enjoy this little bit of moisture, just enough to make you uncomfortable. Your shirt stick to you.
Interesting. All right. Well, I wouldn't hire you for the Seattle tour board. But thanks for your honesty. We all know how to dress for our next trip to Seattle. All right. Let's see who else we got. Simone Holder.
Hi there.
Hi, Simone. You're in the same bar as me.
Yes.
I like it. I like it already. So where are you actually?
I am in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay. Another Canadian.
About 5 hours northeast of Kelly and Desiree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I too started comedy at 52, and I just turned 55 on Sunday, and I've been doing it 2.5
Happy
years.
birthday.
Yay, happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. So how did you feel? Were you nervous when you first started doing stand-up? Or were you already
I
just
was.
Didn't
I
care.
wanted to do it since I was 15, but I was too shy and too scared. So I waited 37 years. And then I took a course, and at the end of the course was like a showcase for friends and family. And I thought it was going to be like one and done, get it out of my system. And it didn't work out that way. So
That's the same story. I have the same exact story. I took a 6-week class. The 6th week was the show. And I never have even taken a break.
Yeah, same.
Since then. I was hooked first time. So that's
like
great.
I was hooked during the course. Like I couldn't wait to get, like the course was on a Monday night. I couldn't wait to get there and all of that. And yeah, it's just, I can't imagine life without it right now.
So are you doing many live shows then in your area?
Yeah, we just started back doing live shows. I want to say mid-February, I think, because Ontario was shut down again from about Christmas. Yeah, say from around, I think, end of December to mid-February. We couldn't do live shows, so did a lot of Zoom shows again. And then when it opened up, I've been fortunate to get a lot of bookings. So I've been doing a lot of live shows. This is my first Zoom show in a few weeks. I think the last Zoom show I did was maybe a month and a half ago, but I've been fortunate to get a lot of live bookings. So that's been fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, once you're out there doing live shows, they are super addictive and much more so than Zoom shows. Even if Zoom shows are fun and relaxing and you get to do them from home, just not the same as being out there in front of a real audience. So
Right.
Anyway, but it is fun to meet people from the East Coast and from all over the place in Canada. So
Exactly. Well, that's how I met like Kelly and Carol, and everybody has been from Zoom shows.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
cool. And I need to start making a map and like plotting people so I know when the Dive Bar Comedy Tour starts, which cities we can stop in. So
You're gonna come take a walk up here?
huh?
We can go for a walk.
Juan Carlos, you sound like you want to go next.
Sure, I guess.
Where are you?
I'm sorry?
Where are you?
Talked to him. You already talked to him.
We
Oh,
already
Juan
spoke.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay, Desiree,
Hey.
how about you? How are things going? Where are
I'm
you?
good. I'm also in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, I live pretty close to Kelly. Like actually.
You guys know each other.
Yeah. Like even before the world ended, we were friends.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Nice. That's nice. That's like how I knew Carol before the world ended.
Yes.
We got very used to doing Zoom shows together once a week
Yeah.
throughout the whole pandy, as she calls it. So
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
do live shows together.
yeah.
That's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Desiree, what's the scene? You're getting out there doing live shows, or how's it going?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Like Simone said, we were shut down till like mid-February, so things are just starting to open up. And unfortunately, a lot of venues have closed, but people are still trying hard, and a few things are actually opening, so it's okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So let's see. I talked to everybody, right?
You did.
Get somebody.
Nope.
You
You
know,
got him
I
all.
was ready to go for the round 2 with Juan Carlos because he
Uh,
moved on my Zoom screen. Is why he somehow ended up jumping. Sometimes people like flip flop and end up in different positions on Zoom. So
That's okay.
anyway, yeah. Kelly just made a funny face. All right, so let's hand it off to Mista See. Mista See, do you have any announcements?
No announcements and whatnot. Actually, I like this show. It's like we're a bunch of late bloomers. I just started doing comedy seriously 3 years ago, and I'm 46 and whatnot. So you might have to label us late bloomers. and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah.
Also, I had my
Spiritual
first,
hour.
I do have an announcement to make. I had my first comedy club spaz out.
Mm.
I've been doing these shows for this guy Young Baku, who some of the people know. You know, in LA, you don't really get paid for all the shows, but then you do find out that some people that you did a show with got paid. But anyway, I do this show and I go to these shows all the time. I pay for my food, I pay for the Uber, I get some grub, you know, just trying to support the spot, make the motherfucker look good, because I know these promoters ain't shit out here, bastards. Look good, right? So I get up and the bartenders at Saints and Sinners are real shitty. It takes 25, 30 fucking minutes to get a drink. So I go to get my food and a drink, and then I get up to go get another drink to refresh my shit before my set. Well, of course, it takes 25, 30 minutes. And it's like 5 people at the bar. So I'm fucking pissed already. Wait, get back. I clean my check. I done dropped like 70 bones up in this motherfucking spot. You can give a nigga $10 tip and everything, bitch ass niggas. So anyway, I come back to my table and my food is gone. Now, mind you, before I got up, I took my napkin, I put it over top of the food, I took the toothpick, stuck it down in the burger, threw it, and then I took my Bluetooth headphones, the big kind like this, had them on top of the fucking plate. And that little number that they give you is sitting right fucking there. So then I come back, my shit's gone. And the guy who took my shit, who was the bartender, was I guess he's some Asian kid, he's like the waiter, he was actually on stage at the time. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is with my food and shit and whatnot? And then he gets on, he doesn't apologize. He doesn't say, hey, damn, my fault, fam. I didn't realize that was none of that, right? He just and then he gets in your attitude, he gives me the stone face, then he walks to the back, and then he comes back with the fucking plate out the trash, talking about, do you still want it? Ooh, the Philly nigga in me came out right there. I cussed out that whole goddamn. Then I got on the microphone for my set and did it again and dropped the mic and stomp out that bitch saying, fuck all you. I'm now a real comedian, guys. I can't wait till you guys can have that experience. Just cuss the whole fucking club out. Just be like, I'm from Philly, motherfucker, do something. That's disrespect. You want your food, you want me to fix it? I said, I don't want shit from this motherfucker. I'm never eating here again. I'm like, fix it for the next man. I gotta get this bitch burned down tomorrow, motherfucker. It might be me. There's my announcement. That's the Dive Bar Comedy Show. That's how we set it off with all kinds of trouble. Y'all ready for the Dive Bar Comedy Show? Yeah? Yeah, I'm Mr. See Force, aka Poppy Collar the Bad Boy. Usually we go boy, girl, like a really good porno movie. But today we're going from the east to the west. So we're going to start with the beast in the east and bring it to the west. And if we get a couple girls side by side, well, I guess the porno movie concept remains. Let's get it in and see who our first comedian is. I think we got a class here. I made my little notepad because, you know, in Philly, we really can't read you good. So I need reading support because it's like, you know, reading and recognition was not taught well in Philly. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, yeah. So our first comedian. Oh, yeah. Now, I like this first comedian. Are you guys ready for this first comedian? Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
So this first comedian coming to stage is a classic, and she is way out on the streets. She is known as the beast from the east that loves cooking food that got yeast. This is the kind of lady she is. She is a late bloomer just like the rest of us, but her late start is going to last forever, and that's what it's all about. And you know, it was true destiny because the person's last name is Arena. And that's one thing she's going to fill one day. So let me get a clap for the lady that will fill all sorts of buildings, Cindy Arena.
Thank you very much. How did you know to say yeast at the same time as my name? Because it's crazy because I work in a kitchen and make pizza for a living. Yes, and we invented the pickle pizza.
Woo-hoo.
And we went viral.
Yeah.
Yes, 15 million views of the pizza. I'm just throwing out a little facts for you guys. We were on Dr. Oz, Rachel Ray, all the news channels. It was absolutely insane for a pickle pizza. I've been trying to go viral with my comedy, and I go viral for a fucking pizza. Okay? Yeah. That's how my shit goes. But yeah, seriously, I started doing comedy about 3.5 years ago, and it has been crazy being out there surrounded by all of you young people. Young people, I know nothing about the shit that these kids talk about. Okay. I'm learning though. They love to talk about dating and apps. Tinder, Bumble, Hinder. I don't know this shit. I am a lesbian. So for me, I guess it's plenty of fish. I don't know. But then my friend said, Cindy, that's so politically not correct to say anymore. You can't talk like that. Listen, I'm an old dyke. I want to open up a lesbian bar and name it the Tuna Can. So don't tell me what's inappropriate, right? Don't tell me. But seriously, they took my gay card away after that, and I want it back. So this is how things are going to go down, okay? I'm opening up a shop, you guys, and I'm selling just bagels and ice cream. And I'm naming it Cindy's Spread and Lick. So I'm hoping that gets my card back, you guys. I'm not sure. But seriously, I am a mother of two really stupid millennials, and they're both girls. And I know it's a lot that I say that. I love them dearly, but I have to speak the facts, okay? They're not very smart. And my oldest daughter, when she was a little kid, came home from school one day and said, Mommy, they asked me at school what I want to be when I grow up. And I told them I want to be a proctologist. You guys, I Googled it because I didn't know what it was, but I did realize it's a doctor that treats disorders of the anus and rectum. Now, I know she comes from a family of assholes, but I thought, it's a doctor. I'll take it, right? I said, honey, what made you want to become a proctologist? Like, this is mind blowing. She said, Mommy, because I like to do hair. Honey, that's a cosmetologist. It's a cosmetologist. I guess I'll take what I can get. But you guys can tell by looking at my hair, she was a beauty school dropout. So it is what it is. Like I say, I'm not very smart, but I'm going to tell you guys a quick little story, okay? A friend of mine, we were out at a bar and they were doing trivia night. And she said to me, Cindy, let's do this. I said, look, I'm not going to be any help to you. I am not very smart. She said, don't worry, I got this. You guys, we played trivia for 3 hours and we won. We won the entire thing, right? Crazy. All I'm thinking is this prize is going to be amazing, right? Guess what? This little skinny bitch comes walking up and hands me a gym membership pass. I said, bitch, do I look like I'm going to use that? She goes, they have a really nice running track. You know when the last time I ran was? 1969, and I was running from my perverted Uncle Sal, okay? And she says, okay, fine. They have yoga. You know what downward dog is in my house? Tying my shoes. In fact, I used to get a full body workout shaving my legs in the shower. That doesn't even happen anymore because at my age, the only thing I'm shaving is my face. Listen, you guys have been great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, another round of applause for Cindy Zicari Arena. The Italiana Stalliana. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And I was Cindy on this thing as a fellow lesbian who also is extremely into women. I want to start a club called Rug Munchers, and I get the same pushback.
Yes, that's how it goes.
I wish you.
I got you. We're
We're
together.
gonna get Brittany Griner out of jail from Russia.
I see you. I see you.
Trust me, man. I'm with you. I support all lesbians, man. I try to tell them, I'm in LA. I'll be like, yo, the club, I'm a lesbian. I was like, me too. And they just, that's when they just call security and anyway. So that was another round of applause for Zicari Arena. All right, let's keep it going. We're gonna hop right into our next comedian, another wonderful young lady, also on the east side, but she's up on the northeast. She hangs out with the Mies in her times and whatnot. She's a classic veteran, another late bloomer like us all. Started out kind of weird, and now we have blossomed too. Okay, we still kind of look like shit. But that's not the point. That's not the point. We feel better. That's what's important. We have confidence now. God damn it. And our therapists don't need it. So this is so much better. You guys ready for the next comedian? Can I get a yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So this next lady coming to the stage is super smooth, but she's way up top. They keep her way up in the north because she must be goddamn troublemaker. They're like, we keep you 30 minutes outside the city. So let me get a clap, 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 clap. What's in the cool and the smoothest of the smooth? There's a ring.
Oh, cool. Hi. Yeah, that is true.
No, that's not you. Shut up. No, I gave the intro for the right person and the wrong name. It is not you.
I was gonna say, but I didn't want to be rude.
That was me and whatnot. I would have been. I that's why I stopped. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that don't feel like the right name. I was like, I thought she was from Toronto.
Yeah.
Right? No, the lady that's actually kept way up north is a whole nother scenario. Just like Brittany Griner, they keep them out there because she's so smooth and chocolate with beautiful curly hair. And let's get it together and get a clap, 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 clap. This time for the right person, Simone Holder.
Hi, everybody. I was a little confused there. I was like, what's happening?
I have.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here tonight to entertain you. So the last couple of weeks, at least in Ottawa, it made worldwide news. We had a bit of a protest here, and a lot of people behaving badly with little to no consequences. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm not going to take it anymore. So, if you want to, chew food with your mouth open and make like sounds when you eat, fuck around and find out. You want to take a French fry off my plate? Fuck around and find out. You want to touch my hair without permission? Fuck around and find out. To make promises and not follow through. Fuck around and find out, Kyle. Have you ever been in the situation where you know that somebody is lying to you, but you can't call them out in case there's that sliver of a chance that it could be true? And if you call them out and it is true, you look like a giant asshole. That drives me crazy. I want to call them out so bad. I want to be like, lies! You don't have a dog or a job, and your grandmother's already dead. But you can't do that when you don't know. And sometimes the excuses are so stupid and ridiculous. It's like, thank you for reminding me that I'm not special, But I have a couple like ones that come up all the time that just enrage me. So there's the I don't have time for a girlfriend.
Oh,
okay, then get the hell off the dating sites then. Stop wasting my time, God. And then I'm not looking for anything serious. I need to be free. I don't want anything serious. Then poof, 2 months later, you see pictures of him with his new girlfriend. Asshole. And then I don't want a relationship to get between our friendship. And I'm like, well, Kyle, I don't want our friendship to interfere with our relationship. So what do you think about that? But the thing is, like, dating is hard. Dating is difficult, you know? And for like people who've known me a long time, you know, I think seeing me in like a stable, happy, normal relationship would be like catching a glimpse of Bigfoot. You know, like, as in, not many people have seen Bigfoot, but everybody wants Bigfoot to have a boyfriend, and they don't know why. Because she's pretty and she's sweet, and any Sasquatch would be lucky to have her. But like, historically, dating has always been a mess for me. It's never worked out. It's always complicated and convoluted, so much so that I've practically all but given up, because like I can't take it anymore. It's too hard. But the thing that's worse than just being bad at dating is when people try to bond with you over like how bad dating is, you know, and it's always some, you know, conventionally hot woman who's like, oh my God, yeah, dating is so hard. It's so hard. And I'm like, really, bitch? You know, conventionally attractive woman, you Scarlett Johansson looking motherfucker, really? Dating is hard for you. What's the problem? Tell me about it. Too many viable options, really? You know, like, if it's hard for her, what the fuck, you know? God. And the thing is, like, the phrase "go fuck yourself" is not an insult. It's a solution. Solution. Like, thank you for giving me the green light to fuck the only person who can satisfy me. Me. You know, I get to use my skills on myself instead of on someone who has no idea how any of this works. I'm a big fan of the ballet, but I'm an even bigger fan of the seedy underbelly of the ballet world. And in the 19th century, no self-respecting ballerina had fewer than 3 lovers at any given point. One for prestige, one for money, and one for love. I'm not a ballerina, but I would kill to have 3 lovers at any given point in time on rotation. No, I don't even care what they're for. One for shoes, one for car maintenance, and one for chicken nuggets. I just had a birthday. I turned 55, and I kind of want to be a sugar mama now, but I don't have sugar mama money. You know, like, I've got a good job with insurance and benefits. I know my way around a dick, but no sugar mama money. I'm more of a Splenda mama, because all the best I can do is lavish him with monthly transit passes and spoil him with coffee shop gift cards. But the guy I've been flirting with, he calls me mama. It's cute. It's okay. He's really young, so it's more like mama. He's not here tonight because it's way past his bedtime. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Simone Holder. Right. So, Simone, you have piqued my interest with multiple things. Number one, I switched to gallery so I can see you all, so I don't fuck up no more names. And also, I know it says she/her at the end. Please explain.
Oh, that's pronouns.
Why do you have them on there?
Yeah, well, the thing
that's like maybe like, yo, I'm Carl Anthony, him /
no, it's not. You don't say it with my name. Here where I live, it's customary for people would like to know your pronouns so that you're not misgendered.
Really?
That you're treating people with the respect that they deserve. So a lot of us just put, like, where I work, they've asked us to put that in our email signatures. So I've just carried it over to social media.
Actually,
yeah.
It's fucking pretty genius. That's Canada, huh?
Yeah.
I am running for president, so
They do it in LA too.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don't do it
they
in the
do.
US.
Yeah, a lot of
in
places
LA
are
it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
they do it around
a
here.
no Vaseline thing in LA. It's kind of like whether you like it or not, you know. Yeah, it seems like they do it because they actually like each other. You know, we don't like each other here. We're comedians. Supposed to be happy.
But not because of their gender.
Right? But that is actually fucking brilliant and whatnot. Actually, I think that's something they should add on to more company kind of structures just to keep people out of trouble. It's just amazing how times have changed. Second question. Any relation to Eric Holder?
No.
Stop lying! A round of applause, everybody, for Simone Holder. That's right. We're going to keep it in the nicest place ever and whatnot, where everybody is giving proper pronoun assumption. That's deep. That's deep. I'm 46. That is deep. You know, I'm used to listening to racist shit, so this is deep. I'm just like, oh, racism.
That's funny.
Respect. What are you guys doing? You know, mature, respectful. But the question is, of course, are you ready for the next comedian? Can I get a yeah?
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. So the next comedian is mad skilled and one of the people from this city. I think they call it the Six. She probably tried to fuck Drake after one of her shows because she seems like she got a single letter for her last name, so you know she's one bad motherfucker. She powers up and goes, oh, Lucan, to get everything she needs. Like to get a clap for Kelly, the Dragon Ball Z.
Oh gosh. I love that. I love that. A fun fact, I am related to Eric Holder.
Ooh.
I'm not. But I did go to Centennial College here in Toronto, which is where they filmed Degrassi High. So there's kind of a
That
Drake
Drake
connection.
aspect is there.
Kind of a Drake connection, a little bit. But hey, everybody, I am Kelly Zemnickus. I am based here in Toronto, Canada. So, you know, for the next 6 minutes, like a good Canadian, I am just going to apologize. Start off by pretending I'm related to Eric Holder. I'm sure he's lovely. Earlier today, I did the one thing no one should ever do. I Googled some symptoms on WebMD. I don't know why, but I had a moment of weakness and I looked something up. And I've started to think, when you go to WebMD, there should be a little box that pops up to remind you that you are still not a doctor. Really helpful. Maybe another box like, are you sure you want to do this? That would be great. Yeah. And heck, maybe just a reminder that you failed high school chemistry, you know, just getting you off this website would be a good thing. But I did it, which I shouldn't have done, but what are you going to do? Toronto is coming back to life a fair bit, which is wonderful. But I do have a question about Omicron that maybe you guys can help me out with. I would love to know who the fuck is Omicron's agent? I'd like to know who is repping this sucker. He is just crushing. It's crazy. Getting more work than all of us in this room put together. It's really annoying. Jesus. It's kind of like, you know, when we go to a show and we see a comic on stage for the first time, they're not that great. But then we run into them like, you know, a week later and it's all, oh, bud, I got a Netflix special. You're like, how? You still suck. But he keeps going, which is annoying. I've come to realize that in my stand-up photos, I don't know if any of my fellow comics can relate to this, but in my pictures, I hate how I look on stage. I really, really do, because in my photos, I tend to have this look that I need to speak to a manager. Stand-up. I don't have any good stand-up photos. I'm always like hands out, like, what about this? It's really so annoying. And that's the only ones they print. It's, I
Yeah.
fucking hate it. I hate it. One cool little fact about me, I am just celebrated 13 months sober.
Yeah.
Booze free for 13 months, which is crazy. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of a ballsy move because I am Eastern European background. I'm a Latvian girl. So telling my father I was no longer drinking, that's a real ballsy move. Yeah. Yeah, I told my dad and he was like, I make you drink. You tell me why you drink.
Tell me that.
It doesn't work that way, bud. You know? Like, I swear, my dad would have taken it easier had I come out of the closet, you know. It would have gone down a lot better than this. Because yeah, we're a boozy people as Latvians, you know. My blood type is shaken, not stirred. What it is, you know. Yeah, and I did the ancestry DNA test to find out just how pickled my liver was. Yeah, it came back at 90% vodka. So that really checks out. Yeah. I'm a girl, you know, I'm just a girl made up of sugar and spice and Smirnoff Ice. So that's me. That is me. I'm also a girl who has been told by her dentist to floss less. And just told me to floss less. Yeah. Yeah, you know how weird it is when your dentist is like, you need to chill. You just take it down. But yeah, I'm just kind of an overachiever, anxious kind of girl, you know. When I was 10 years old, that is when I started applying for colleges. I'm not kidding. I really did. I was like, I need to get out of 5th grade now. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, some people ask me, you know, how did you get into stand-up? What sort of, you know, were you the class clown when you were a kid? And no, I was wearing pantsuits when I was 10. So I was more of the class accountant. Anyways, friends, I've been Kelly Zemnickus. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Excellent job. Another round of applause for Kelly.
Woo!
Baby Hillary Z. God, you probably just scared the shit out of little boys when you were a kid, huh?
Still do. I still do.
A dog walk into the oh shit, Kelly here. Kelly here. She got that pantsuit on. I don't know what to do. Why does she do? Why is she churning butter like every other Canadian, right? We assume that does anybody in Canada actually churn butter?
No.
Bullshit! Bullshit! I'm an American. I'm gonna believe what I want. Your facts and being from Canada, like you know. Like you know. That's how Americans treat you. They're like, oh, like you know. It's like I am from Canada. Yeah. You're cloud chasing Canada. No, not. So once again, another excellent job by Kelly Z, guys. All righty, right. So we're gonna keep it going back to back. I believe this other one is actually a squad member of hers, so she knows all
Yeah.
dirt. So if you guys are trying to get money out of Kelly, talk to this lady after. Very important. She's super good at Matt Tana. And I like this comedian's name, not only because I brought her up before she was supposed to be up, but I also like her last name because I'm a basketball guy. I'm 6'4", and her last name represents a guy whose name is Bill Walsh, and she kind of looks like his secret love child. I'm not sure. Don't admit it. You don't have to admit it because I know we go to Canada, we fuck some bitches wrong, come back. That's what we do. I get it. And whatnot. So you guys get ready because this lady's got all kind of talents and she's got genes that come up from her spleen. So let me get a clap, 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 clap. Desirée Walsh.
Hi, that was the best intro ever. I'm actually, I use a wheelchair and you can't see it because of Zoom. So like for the first 2 years of comedy, when you could do it live, people would just be like, our next comic is disabled. and that would be all I get. So that was nice. Yeah, that was nice. I am disabled again. You just can't see it because of Zoom. I just didn't want anybody thinking I was doing like very specific, edgy material on disability and society as like an able-bodied white woman. I have noticed society treats the disabled different, and I have a hot take. No, it is my real life, and I've actually really liked the Zoom because it's so accessible. Because I can go to the bathroom between sets. In Toronto, where I live, most of the stand-up venues have the bathroom in the basement. So this has been really fun. And walkies, you didn't tell me. Like, is this what it's like to be able-bodied? Because it's fun. Doing whatever you want, whenever you want is fun. Like, I knew about your trick, getting stuff off the high shelves. But I didn't know about this peeing business. It's amazing. Also, and I knew about the hailing a cab without having to be like, sir, this is a human rights issue if you don't thank me. I know I have my phone backwards. What? Yeah. I also like it because I've been meeting so many Americans and learning so much about your country. For example, did you all know New Jersey was a state? Because I sure didn't. For most of my life, I thought it was a suburb of New York. Turns out I was getting it mixed up with Staten Island. I don't know very much about Staten Island, so I decided to Google it. And 13 interesting facts about Staten Island came up on the tourism website. And the first one, or no, not even the first one, the most flattering, I think it was like 13 actually, is that they have the largest garbage dump in the US. Isn't the garbage something we're supposed to be hiding from the tourists? Like, I'm from Toronto, and on our tourism websites, we talk about the lake and the Sky Dome and the CN Tower. My tourism website's from the 90s. That's why the Sky Dome's there. That's a little joke for the Canadians. But yeah, we leave out the negative stuff like the garbage, or that there's no affordable housing. It's not very wheelchair accessible, and we're kind of mean for a Canadian city. Yeah, we really are. You, like, other Canadian cities do not like us, but you should come visit us. You really should. The other thing I'm learning about is the snack food in America, because it is different. You guys have something called the Uncrustable. We don't have these abominations in Canada, but I'm told it's like the white trash cousin of the Pop-Tart or the red-headed stepchild of the Pizza Pocket. For those of you who may not be familiar, it is a frozen peanut butter sandwich made by Smuckers. Yes, and I know what you're thinking because I'm thinking it too. Wouldn't it be easier to make a peanut butter sandwich America? Because with an Uncrustable, you have to thaw it and cook it and then eat it. And it just seems like a lot of work. Recently I did this joke and another American comic was like, no, like you don't have to thaw it or cook it. You can just eat it frozen. And now I have more questions than I have answers, America. Because why are we paying money for the worst day of grade 2 when the ice pack fell on top of the sandwich? Why are we paying money for that? And then another comedian, if you take anything away from my set, please take away that American comedians are very helpful. Was like, no, like you don't have to eat it frozen. You just take it out of the freezer and you let it thaw naturally. And now I have the question, is it a friend or is it food? Because like, what do you mean? You just take it out of the freezer, cuddle it, hold it close, sing it Tana Dancer till it's the desired temperature you need. God bless comedians who can do this drunk and high. I am slightly tired. I am struggling. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, thanks. I saw your 1 minute. Okay. Oh, now I forgot the punchline of that joke. Yeah, so you eat it frozen. Okay. Oh no, here it is. What I'm saying is I think Smucker's needs to be stopped between that and the goober grape. There's a lot of talk about what's wrong with America or what happened. And quite frankly, as a person who only recently discovered New Jersey was a state and has said more than once, what's in New England this year? I don't believe I'm entitled to an opinion, but I think it started with the invention of the uncrustable. Thank you, that's my time.
Yay!
Yeah. That's the time. Another awesome Desirée Walsh.
Woohoo!
Woo.
Outstanding. Excellent. And I do have some peace of mind for you, Desiree, as a Philly guy. Has a lot of New York friends. I'm sure Cindy probably would even co-sign. New Jersey is not a state. It is a suburb of New York. It's where everybody from New York who has money goes to live and save money.
That's what I thought. That's why I thought it was a suburb, because on TV, everybody lives in New Jersey and goes across the bridge.
Yeah, no, that's actually an American tradition. So, for example, in Washington, D.C., all of your politicians don't live in Washington, D.C. They all live in Northern Virginia, right across the border from it and whatnot. So, basically, New Jersey is the Northern Virginia of New York.
No.
Not a state.
No.
So don't you feel bad at all, sweetie.
New
Not a round of
Jersey.
applause, everybody, for Desiree. Whoa.
Woo.
All right. So we got two more left. And we saved the pork and beans for last. That's what I'm talking about. These and what are these? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a guy, so I don't know what it looks like. So it looks bad when I show you an example. Kind of looks like a vagina when I show it to you. It's weird. Really not. But this next guy coming to this stage, he's actually a special character and a super talented guy. And I like who he is because he said he was from the East, but now he's out West. And then I heard his name and I was like, you know what? Judging from what I know about Seattle, judging from what I know about New York, and people with names like this man may possibly be the only Puerto Rican in the entire state of Washington. I'm serious. This is a rare shit you're about to see right here. So, get your guns out and shoot him if he moves too quickly. Everybody, give me a clap, 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 clap for the Don Julio of this shit. Juan Carlos.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Just a few notes. I just wanted before I start. First off, Cindy, great wardrobe choice. I see we go to the same stylist, so that's cool. I love how I love watching Simone because I realize I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but she curses in Canadian. Every single time she dropped the curse word, like the accent just got that much thicker. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And Kelly, I'd like to say that I'm honored to be on a show with one of 6 Latvians in the entire world. So you guys are a massive country. So this is great. I'm excited to be here. So like I said, I'm originally from New York, but I've had the opportunity to tell jokes like in a lot of different places, which is kind of cool. But I actually, I don't know, have any of you guys ever been to Minnesota? Because I got to tell jokes in Minnesota. Anyone been to Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go if you haven't. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong if you like cold places with terrible food choices. That's what kind of Minnesota is. And I think the best meal I've ever had in Minnesota might have been an oatmeal, just to set the standards up properly. Here's the thing. I found out that apparently in Minnesota, I'm considered racially ambiguous. Right. And I was confused too. So you feel that sounds? That's how I felt too. So I decided I was gonna make a game of it, right? And I was like, let the audience figure out. I was like, why don't you guys tell me what I am, right? And boy, that was my first mistake. So one guy gets up, right, and he looks at me, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you look like you're half black, half Chinese." I was like, you know what? I can kind of see that. You know what? I ain't mad. I know what Kyler Murray looks like. You know what I mean? I can kind of see that one. You know, I'm not even mad. Next person gets up and they look at me like, "Hey, bro, you look like you're Hawaiian." I was like, first off, I'm not that fat. Thank you very much. But my favorite was the third person, right? They get up with a lot of confidence. They look me in the eye. They're like, hey, bro, you look like a fat Donald Glover.
Like,
This is America. Here's the thing. I'm actually Dominican. So I really resented that Puerto Rican comment. Thank you very much. Here's the difference. People ask me all the time, they're like, what's the difference between Puerto Ricans and the Dominican Republic? I was like, I'll tell you, the Dominican Republic is a country. But anywho, moving on.
it's true.
Too much, too far. Oh man, Puerto Ricans are gonna come for me. I'm gonna get canceled on Facebook. Here's the thing. I'm proud Dominican too. If you don't know what Dominicans are, we're the black guys who play for the Dodgers. It confuses a lot of people. I've actually had some cool opportunities because of comedy. In addition to going to Minnesota, I actually had the opportunity, like right before the pandemic and everything shut down, to perform up at Ithaca, New York. Anyone ever been to Ithaca? Good. It was cold. Here's the thing. I made the mistake of going up and agreeing to perform at something called Chili Fest, and that should have been my sign, right? Like, you should probably not perform at an event that's named after food. Like, that should be, just a word of advisory. And here's the thing. I'm from New York, and the thing about New York is, you guys know this, but New York's one of those places, the more north you go, the more south you go. For example, here's what I mean. Like, the further up and the closer I got to Ithaca and further I got from New York City, like, the louder the country music was, the taller the trucks were, and the more Confederate flags there were telling me to stay the hell out. You know what I mean? Like, that's what was going on. But I decided to do the show, right? And I get up there, and it's going great. Like, it's going great. The show's over. And after I'm done, I was like, man, I just, I don't have anything to do. I just really want to go to Walmart. So I asked the guy producing the show, I'm like, hey, man, so how do I get to Walmart? I'd really like to go over there. Can you drive me over? He was like, listen, man, I can't drive you, but walk across the street and you're going to see a row of cabs parked there. Just, hop into one of those community cabs and tell them where you want to go. They'll take you. I'm like, this is great. So I go across the street, right? I see someone who just must have gotten there or something. So I hop in her car, and in my first thought I was like, whoa, a woman taxi driver? That's really progressive for a small town. Like, I was like, all right, whatever. So I go, hey lady, take me to Walmart. So she pulls out, she starts driving, right? Locks the door, and I see her looking at me outside of the rearview window. And all of a sudden, I see the whites of her knuckles on the steering wheel, and she's gripping the steering wheel a little more tightly than I feel comfortable. Now she's staring at me. I'm staring at her. She's staring at me. And it occurs to me. I was like, oh no, I've been kidnapped. A few things immediately go through my mind. The first is, like, no one, like, I can't call the cops because no one's going to believe that I'm the victim in this situation. Second thought is, I was like, if she kills me, right, no one's going to go looking for me because I've seen Amber Alerts and they never look like me. You know what I mean? It's always kids. I later find out that from her perspective, there's this lady just minding her business, waiting for her nephew to get out of school. Some guy hops in the backseat of her car, and the man's to go to Walmart. The worst part about all this is that after we worked it out, she dropped me off at Home Depot. All right, y'all have been great. I'm Juan Carlos. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Applause, Juan Carlos. Outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. So just to clarify, so did they have like what they call a hack situation where like regular people in their town would give you rides or some shit was what they were saying?
No. So here's what it is. All right. So there are a lot of places that what they do is that they have like cab situations, right? But there's usually people standing next to the car, and you kind of just go over and you say, tell them where you want to go, and they'll group you based on where you want to go. So like, oh, you're going this place, you're going to this place. Both of you hop into this car, and they'll just drive you there. I just happened to walk into the wrong parking lot. I just hopped into a random car.
So funny.
It's like taking the water. She's like, okay, I'm driving. Fuck you. I'm not risking this. It's only 5 minutes away. Yeah, get him out. Get my son later. And you know her son was talking shit. What the fuck, man? Why you always so fucking late after practice? Because you know how he was. So I used to be like that. I'd be sitting pushing a bus hit a motherfucker away from my mom to pick me up. Terrible. God, I was a bad kid. We'll deal with that after my mom's dead. Good. All right. So round of applause, everybody, for Juan Julio Carlos and Dominicano. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Excellent, excellent. So we got one last comedian come to the stage to close it out and shut this thing down. You guys ready for it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get ready to get it in my head. This guy is a dive bar comedy family favorite. There's a possibility his penis may come out. I don't know. It's the kind of shit that happens in dive bar veterans. They're just like, all right, my jokes aren't working. Kapow! All right, we're done for the night. If you've ever been to one of our shows, it happens 3 times a show. Okay. But this guy right here is one of our super talented comedians. He's a classic veteran, a true trooper and a super soldier. And I love his name because it sounds like he's got a great slap shot in the NHL game. Coming up in the hole, starting at small forward, Nick Kaminsky. Oh man, and then he gets in a fight, out of the game. This is that. You guys ready to get beat up by some good comedy? Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
Ready? Let me get a clap, 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 clap. The man with the master plan and the hard checking shoulder, Nick Kaminsky.
Thank you. Mista See, you just made me sound like such a degenerate, but then I thought about like what my material was about to be for the next 6 minutes, and I was like, I guess she's right. I guess he's painted an accurate picture. Guys, thank you so much. It's super fun doing. I love that they're still doing Zoom shows. You know, I love doing a Zoom show. Mostly main reason, I have smoked so much weed at this venue and no one gives a shit. You know,
Right?
It's great. No one at this venue gives a shit that I took off my basketball shorts and forgot I was wearing underwear. You know, I just took a piss in the kitchen sink in this venue and nobody called the cops. It's been going really good for me. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I finally moved. I live in a 1-bedroom now. I live alone with my dog, and it's great. It's so nice living alone. I don't have roommates anymore because now I can be my true self. You know, like I can really like do what I want to do. I can now be my most honest, horrible version of myself, which is how I feel living alone now. You know, like I can just whatever, who gives a shit? I can just drink sweet vermouth from the bottle for breakfast. Nobody's here to fucking judge me. What are you gonna say? Nobody. What is nobody gonna say to me? Guys, I practiced Taekwondo in the shower for an hour and a half in the middle of the night. Nobody said anything. I'm a yellow belt and I'm working for my green stripe. And I'm gonna get it. Okay, living alone, it's good. No, it is really nice. I used to live with 2 roommates, and it's LA. It's very expensive. You know, like you got to have roommates. It makes sense. But like, so it was me and 2 other dudes, and we were all like 35 to 39, and we were all like single white dudes who moved to LA to try to do something in comedy. And like, it doesn't matter how nice the house you're living in is when you're living with 2 other dudes who are all pushing 40. Like at a certain point, it just feels like a halfway house for wayward bros, you know? Like it's really sad actually. It's like the frat that time forgot, which sounds like a horror movie starring Mark Wahlberg. So like, you know, like I mean it was fine, it was a nice place, but like kind of sad. One of my roommates, okay, this is true. One of my roommates, nice guy. I use the word nice loosely. He was a guy. We lived together. he owned a horse. Isn't that weird? Hold on. It's strange to it's strange to have both when you have a horse and a roommate out of financial necessity. You know, horses are expensive. Did you guys know that? Did you know they're very expensive? The horse didn't live with us. It didn't live in our house. It had its own horse house over in Burbank that he had to pay separate rent for.
Horse house.
So like, I did the math in my head, and that means that my roommate would rather have roommates than not have a horse. I've not had a horse my whole life, and I've been doing fine. I don't know about y'all. It's fine with me. Look, horses are great. They're majestic creatures, but I would punch a horse in the face right now if it meant not having to have roommates ever again. It was a nice horse. I don't know. The horse house was nice. It was fun. I went there a couple times. What else is new? I did start dating somebody new. I'm in a new relationship, it's going well. Thank you. I know. I'm a catch. Drinking some booze in the morning, pissing in all the sinks. But no, it's going really well. Me and her are doing. But like part of the it's new. It's pretty new. So I feel like that's part of the reason that we're still like doing well. Like I'm still on, like, you know, like when you first meet someone and you still want them to like you, like I'm still on my best behavior. Like I haven't really had the time yet to get into my true feelings and opinions about the alien agenda and how I know that extraterrestrials are actually reachable in this dimension. If we could only harness and use the power of the collective unconscious, but the government doesn't want us to know because reality is wafer thin and they're not done harvesting our Oregon energy for their reptilian overlords because they need the power so that they can keep making alien hybrid babies like Zendaya, okay? It's going well because we haven't talked about that yet. Dating's hard, you know what I mean? It's tough, but I do feel like, no, I'm joking slightly, but I do feel like I am just one fancy dinner away from like while they're bringing dessert out, just screaming that the Illuminati is actually just a cabal of global pedophile networks whose sole mission is to keep young Sheldon on for another 10 seasons. Guys, he's not even gonna be young anymore. What is their end game? Okay. They're playing 5D chess. I'm just trying to catch up. No, I'm kidding. But it is dating is hard, you know, and we all deserve happiness and all that blah blah blah. I just want someone to look at me the way that David Bowie in the 70s looked at cocaine and Nazi paraphernalia. You know? Because we're all worth it, you know? We all deserve to find that. David Bowie, not an anti-Semite, just a big fucking nerd who believed in hybrid aliens and harvesting your Oregon energy, just like the Nazis. Okay? This gets so thick, you guys. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you for humoring me. I appreciate it.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And that was our final comedian in the Dialboard Comedy Show. Round of applause for all of our comedians. You came to the stage, tore that shit up. That's what I'm talking about. And Nick, don't you feel bad. I 100% support you in your meeting. I don't know why nobody snatched you up, but you're a fucking catch, bro. He's like white Jesus. I'm telling you, you beat a girl around and like, you know, he white Jesus, right? I'm telling you, did you hear the crazy shit he says? Man, I got my tinfoil hat on. That's all I'm wearing. I wear it on my dick, so I'm weird like that. It's a head. It's a head. That's my logic and whatnot. So I'm all with that shit. Excellent. So we're gonna finish up the show. I'm gonna just do a quick little freestyle rap, get out of here and whatnot. And then Wild Joe's gonna tell us where we're gonna go. Which one? What haven't I done in a while? Oh, we were talking about space. This rap starts with a line about space. So we'll go with that one. God, I haven't said this in a long time. Yeah. From Earth to space, I murk this case, ability, agility, I get real with thee. I kill a flea rapper, the spitting written in the free slapper. I cut you down by the knee stature. Brothers call me Ramen G Catcher, cause I'm out there looking for every brother tripping. Got my kitties and my cousins steady on the dipping. Mama, baby, daddy flipping. Where my money flicking? On some shoes instead of chicken? Yo, the closest finger licking, but the ribs is on the poking, and friends is always joking about his mama coking, about his papa out there on the loking. Yo, the family law is broken. Yo, teacher ain't got shit to say to me today. Well, not today anyway. Wonder why my mind is on a sway. Lost in the land of better hole, where I get a sweater in the cold. Live till I'm super duper old. Always raising all the little kitties in my mold. Always love the way I tell the stories that I told. And Mista See is getting motherfucking old. You know what I mean? Dialogue comedy, baby. Wild Joe, touch me.
Thanks, Mista See. Wow, that reminded me of my freestyle rap that I only have one line. I only have one line. It's about, are the babies a blessing or are they a curse? I wipe so much ass, I could be a registered nurse. Hospital pleats in my dinosaur sheets.
#16.
Anyway, you guys, this was fun. I'm glad I got to meet so many new people. And yeah, if anybody's in LA and wants to be on our show, we're doing 4 shows at different venues around the city. So come out and see us, or comics, come and book a show in town. So thanks to Carol, thanks to Mista See, and thanks to all our comedians and everybody who tunes in. Dive Bar Comedy.
Yeah.
Yay.